The time has come. I repeat, the time has come. It's time to unite. We are running out of time. We are running out of time.
Have you ever wondered who actually makes the memes you laugh at every single day? Not the guy who reposts them. Not the page that watermarks them, the actual origin. The source. Because I went looking, and I couldn't find them. Nobody can. They just appear, perfectly timed, perfectly worded. Perfectly designed to make you feel something before you even have a chance to think. Everyone thinks memes are just jokes, just harmless internet culture. But what if I told you they're the most sophisticated psychological weapon ever built? And what if I told you they're not random at all? But to understand why that's even possible, you need to understand one thing first. And this one thing, once you see it, you will never scroll the same way again. Here's your quick fact before we even start. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that among the signs before the hour, knowledge will decrease, ignorance will prevail, and fitnah will become widespread. Sahih Bukhari. Now ask yourself, what is the single most effective vehicle for spreading ignorance disguised as knowledge in 2026? It's not the news. Most of us have this arrogance. We say,
I don't watch the news, bro. CNN, BBC, Fox, they manipulate you. They lie.
And yeah, you're right. We stopped trusting the suits and ties. Cool, congratulations. You dodged one bullet and walked straight into a minefield. Because memes replaced the news. And nobody even noticed. But here's where it gets wild. See, propaganda used to be obvious. It was a headline, a speech, a documentary with dramatic music. You could see it, you could question it, you could say, nah, that's biased, and walk away. But how do you fight something that makes you laugh? How do you question something that takes half a second to consume? How do you resist something that your own brain rewards you for engaging with? You don't. That's the point. Let me break down exactly what's happening to your mind, and I'm not being dramatic. This is documented psychology. Number 1, desensitization. Remember when the Epstein files dropped? The world found out about elite circles involved in child trafficking, abuse, things so dark you can't even say them on this platform. Cannibalism references, Baal worship, names that would make your jaw hit the floor. And what did the internet do? Made edits of Jeffrey Epstein with funk music. Oh, gave him the Sigma male treatment. Epstein meme songs became a punchline. Bro, children were trafficked. Lives were taken, you know how heavy that thing is? And we turned it into a meme. We took the most demonic reality of our century, elites potentially engaging in cannibalism and pedophilia, and we turned it into content. This is mechanism number 1, moral disengagement through comedy. It's called desensitization. The system knows that if they just hid the files, you'd be suspicious. So they let it out, but they flooded the zone with humor. They made it a trend. And yeah, maybe the first person who joked about it was coping. But the 10 millionth person, they're not coping, they're conditioned. There's a difference. This is what psychologists call shock fatigue. You see something horrifying. You feel something. Then you see it again, wrapped in comedy. The horror fades. You see it again. Now, it's boring. You see it one more time. Now, you're making the joke yourself. And just like that, a topic that should have shaken nations became content. Now, pause for a second because this might change the way you see everything. This isn't just about Epstein, this is mechanism. Taboo erosion, it's called. You take something sacred, something serious, something that should make a human being feel sick, and you wrap it in humor until the taboo dissolves. Until people can laugh at pedophilia. Until people can scroll past references to child abuse without flinching. Until the line between right and wrong isn't a line anymore. The Quran says in Surah Al-An'am, verse 68, "And when you see those who engage in false discourse about our verses, turn away from them until they engage in another topic." Allah didn't say debate them. He said leave, because some conversations aren't conversations. They're contamination. But how do you leave when it's every single app you open? And this is where most people mess up. They think this is accidental. They think the algorithm just happens to show you what's engaging. Nah, the algorithm is in their hands. You don't own the platform. You don't write the code. You don't decide what goes viral. Think about it. What is the probability that millions of perfectly crafted memes, all pushing the same subtle narratives, all appearing at the exact same cultural moments, are just random people being funny? You ever try to make a meme that goes viral? It's nearly impossible. But somehow, specific narratives blow up overnight, every single time. Systems don't reward truth, they reward engagement. And nothing engages like outrage, fear, lust, and mockery. The very emotions Islam tells you to master are the ones being weaponized against you for watch time. The Prophet said, "The strong person is not the one who can wrestle others. The strong person is the one who controls himself when he is angry." But the entire internet economy is built on making sure you never control yourself. Ever. Now, let me show you this in real time. The gender war. 5 years ago, feminism was an academic discussion. Agree or disagree, people talked about it with nuance. Today, it's women posting "men are trash" with a laughing emoji and men responding with Andrew Tate edits calling women objects. Misandry and misogyny feeding each other in an endless loop. Alpha male content turned into memes. Feminist content turned into memes. And suddenly, Muslim boys are rating women 2 out of 10 in comment sections, and Muslim girls are saying, "I don't need a man, I need a career." And both of them think they arrived at these conclusions independently. You didn't. A meme told you how to feel, and you didn't even notice because it was funny. The Quran says in Surah Al-Hujurat, verse 11, "Let not a people ridicule another people. Perhaps they may be better than them." But the entire meme economy is built on ridicule, on stereotypes, on us versus them. And speaking of stereotypes, let me ask you something uncomfortable. When was the last time you saw a viral meme calling Christianity a violent religion? Or Buddhism? Or Hinduism? But Islam? Islam is a terrorist religion. Islam oppresses women. Islam is called everything vile under the sun, and those stereotypes were built, reinforced, and spread through memes. But then the Epstein files drop. Exposed circles of powerful people, people from specific backgrounds, specific industries, engaged in the most depraved acts imaginable. And suddenly, silence. No stereotypes, no generalizations, no memes calling entire communities predatory. The same internet that had unlimited energy to mock Islam couldn't even muster a serious conversation about documented elite abuse. That's not coincidence, that's programming. Here's the part that keeps me up at night. The Quran describes a pattern. Before every great deception, there's a period of preparation. The ground is softened, the hearts are hardened. The eyes get used to darkness so slowly that when the lights go out completely, nobody panics. The Prophet described Dajjal as the greatest fitnah to ever face humanity. Not because he'll be powerful, but because people will follow him willingly. They'll see falsehood and call it truth. They'll see evil and call it entertainment. They'll see corruption and call it freedom. Now tell me, what is a meme doing right now, if not exactly that? Training an entire generation to follow trends without thinking. Valentine's Day trends, relationship trends, hot take trends. Today it's a dance. Tomorrow it's a belief system. You follow one trend after another until following is your default state. And when the biggest trend of all arrives, when the ultimate influence campaign walks the earth, you think a generation trained to follow, laugh, and never question will suddenly develop critical thinking. People who prayed, people who fasted, but their hearts were already turned, not by force, not by war, by gradual invisible conditioning, by bread and circuses. That phrase is 2,000 years old. Rome figured it out. Keep the people fed and entertained, and they'll never question who rules them. Today, the bread is dopamine, and the circus is your For You page. And the ruler, you don't even know their name. So, what do? I'm not going to tell you to delete all your apps and go live in a cave. That's not realistic, and Islam isn't about running from the world. Islam is about navigating it with eyes open. But I will tell you this. Every time you laugh at something, ask yourself, what did I just normalize? Every time you share a meme, ask yourself, whose narrative am I spreading? Every time a topic gets reduced to a joke, ask yourself, who benefits from me not taking this seriously? The Quran says in Surah Al-Hashr, verse 19, "And be not like those who forgot Allah, so He made them forget themselves." That's the real danger. Not that you'll stop praying, not that you'll leave Islam, but that you'll forget yourself. You'll forget what you stand for. You'll forget what should make you angry, what should make you cry, what should make you act. Because a meme made it funny, and funny things don't require action. I made a video a while back about how Hollywood propaganda is systematically dismantling the minds of young Muslims. How the entertainment industry isn't just entertainment. How there's a blueprint behind what you watch, what you consume, what you internalize. If you haven't seen it, go watch it right after this. It connects directly to everything I just told you. Because memes and movies and music and content, they're not separate weapons. They're the same weapon with different delivery systems. And look, I know this was heavy. I know some of you are sitting there thinking, is it really that deep? And honestly, I wish it wasn't. I wish I could tell you it's just jokes. I wish I could tell you to relax. But I care about you too much to lie to you. The Prophet said, Islam began as something strange, and it will return to being strange. So glad tidings to the strangers. Be strange. Be the one who doesn't laugh when everyone laughs. Be the one who thinks when everyone scrolls. Be the one who remembers Allah when the whole world is designed to make you forget. They can flood your feed with a million distractions, but the one who controls hearts already promised to protect the ones who turn to him. The question was never whether the deception is coming, it's whether you'll recognize it when it's already on your screen.